Today I have a very special guest, a guest that has been on my show, actually quite a lot, but not for a while. I want to introduce the ego. Oh, don't be shy. The ego is taking a back seat, but the ego will never go away, and there's a good thing about that. We're going to talk about the ego, and we're going to introduce Hacker T. Say hi. Yeah, oh, yeah, he's waving. He's getting out of his shyness. And I'm going to discuss the ego because I want you to know that there's no space that you go. Thank you. He's paying attention finally. There's no space that you go into where this guy goes completely away. Not at least as long as you're in the human body. And so we're going to introduce the ego and also fear and how you can use it in the most amazing, positive way. Yeah. You're okay with that? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, well, we're going into a spiritual space era where we've got this guy in check. So, oh, now he's going to be a ham. All right. All right. You ready? Let's have some fun. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. No, I haven't lost it. No, I haven't been drinking, and I don't do drugs. But I do like to have a lot of fun. And here is Hacker T. Hacker T, that is actually his real name. It's a real character out in England. And I happen to have him. We all have him, right? He's the ego. Now, why is Hacker T so doggone cute? The ego, I repeat, is not your enemy. What? Oh, Hacker T said he wants you to please subscribe and support my channel. Yeah, right here? Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. I forgot to ask for that. Yeah, ask and you shall receive, right? Okay, so Hacker T and I have become very good friends because I now know who he is and that he's not an enemy. You know, Eckhart Tolle calls this the little me. No, okay, you're not little. I mean, well, okay, you're little, but, you know, the mini me is sort of like, you know, the sidekick. And you and I, you know, we're very much, let's just say, tied at the hip because the ego is part of the human experience. I want you to understand something because we are under the impression that once you go in awakened state, that you stop having negative thoughts, that you stop being human, you stop being sad, that, no, I'm not sad. No, I'm not. Okay, good. See, the ego wants the best for you. What is the ego? The ego is a protection system. The ego makes sure that you are okay in certain situations. You know, you're going to protect yourself when you're under threat. And that it's always looking after you, the individual, all right? Now, we know, as we go into our new era, that we are now, okay, quit showing off, that we are spiritual beings and that there's really nothing to protect. But we also know that if we want to survive in the material world, the game, we have to protect our avatar, yeah? So the ego is the protection system in the material world. That's all it is. It's a very dense, don't listen, it's a very dense, okay, very dense part of us. Sorry, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Can your feelings be hurt? Oh yes, the ego's feelings can be hurt easily because the ego is always, again, looking after you, the person. Yeah, I know I look like a person, don't I? But I'm actually a light being that's portrayed this way as a human being, as an actor in a play. No, okay, you don't understand. So the ego is my sidekick that when we come here says, danger, you know, you're going to be hurt. And so we then listen to the ego, and so we go deep into this protection system. Now what happened is, as we come here and we haven't remembered what we are, we don't have a balance of this beautiful space where we can heal ourselves when we give food because we know that not really lacking. No, we're never lacking. No. So we will then resort to the ego at times when we're in fear. Fear is another thing that has gone out of control. What does that mean? Well, fear feels really great when we jump out of a plane. Could you not stare at me like that? Well, you don't have to turn your head that way. So the ego is going to protect you. Fear protects you. And so when we have fear, when we jump out of that plane, it's exciting, right? It's the contrast that's created here. The ego is the contrast of the oneness that we are, that we wouldn't bother playing this game if we really truly wrapped our head around that. But because we do get hurt, because we do have loss, because we experience all these things, lack in these things, and it's real to us, we get to play the game. And that's the ego. The ego says that there are limitations and that you have to protect yourself. But I know that I really do in the physical world. I agree with you. But I also know it has its limitations in what I'm going to accomplish. We're going into an era where the ego is becoming our friend. It's something that tells us that we are human beings and that we do have to be cautious in a world of a game that we're playing that has limitations, but that ultimately we have powers beyond that. I'm sorry. I will always love you, but you know, you and I are going to part company at some point. You're pretty cute, but this is a facade. Also, the ego is that other part of us that if we didn't have fear or the ego, we would jump off a bridge. We'd jump out of the plane without a parachute. You know, we'd have no fear. We'd go, okay, I know I'm going to splat, but be no big deal because I'm a light being, right? That's the balance that the ego and fear create for us. It's all one part of that lower frequency that allows us to play the human separate body, yet protect ourselves and discover our other part that is not this. So the issue that we have, the challenge that we have, is everything looks real as an individual, separate, low density, solid thing. Now the ego isn't solid, but you know, I know it's okay. Let's not go into that. What I want you to know is that these are all good things and they can be held under control. The ego, you know, we're saying, oh, I don't want to listen to it, but you know, we have been listening to it for a really long time. That's not true, okay? My neighbor is not a threat to me. No. Listen to me. Don't give me that look. So you've got to recognize, you've got to go into the higher self and recognize that the ego is out of control most of the time because it only has one job, and that is to protect the separate human being from destruction, from not getting what it wants. It's always about just me. And so Hacker T here only cares about me. See? Are you my friend? Right, but you've got to get it under control, because if I believed all the things that you told me, then I would sit in my house and hoard and be in fear constantly. It's a horrible way to live. The awakening is when we go past this, but we understand its value. We understand its function. And we also understand that fear, we can break through it and use it. Fear is what motivates you to go get a better job, to go get healthier. You know, I'm afraid that I'm going to have the heart attack. I'm afraid that I'm going to be, you know, living on the streets. That fear is a motivator. It's part of the mechanisms of the game that allow you to really accomplish amazing things. And the ego does the same thing. It's allowing you to protect yourself. But when you go into the spiritual side of things, the higher frequency, you realize that we actually excel when we move past the ego's directives, and instead of hoarding food, we give to others. Yes, we're going to do that. All right, so I'm in control here. He is not. I'll listen to him. Yeah, okay, you have to, have some extra food. Okay, that's great, but I'm never ending. I know it doesn't look like that. What I want you to understand is that your spirituality, your evolution, going into the higher space of that which you are, is when you are in control of this and the fear, and you use it, and you understand it as part of the game, and then you go into space that's so amazing. Pretty cool, huh? We have finally come to terms with this, that he's not going to go away, that he is going to keep me in check so I don't do stupid things, so that I have a longer time here to accomplish my goals. So we've become friends. Yeah, we're going to shake hands on it. I hope you enjoyed today. It's a short video and a fun one. Break Through Fear, of course, is my book, tells you that fear's amazing. It's beautiful. Use it. Fear, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. No, you don't have to fear fear. Fear is absolutely yours to use so that you can have fun. The reason why we go see scary movies, you're afraid, right? Not really. Really? Is that why you sleep with the light on? Oh, you're not afraid? Oh, you're not dangling your foot over the the bed? Are you spending the night in that haunted house, that haunted hotel, and you're petrified, but you're doing it anyways? That's fear. Come on, it's great. But it's not when we are so petrified that we're in fear of others, that we protect ourselves to the point we're in a low frequency and separation. Get it under control, but use it. It's okay to experience fear. It doesn't mean you're not awakened. It means that you know it, and now you can move past it and say, how should I use this? And my ego, how much should I protect myself? And am I going into, a space that is not very giving and loving? All right? He means no harm. He just wants to make sure I'm okay. It's his job. Good job. I'm still here. All right. I hope you'll subscribe. I swear to God, I'm not losing it. We have more predictions for you, but we are creating them at every moment. So get all this in check. Have fun with this adventure that you have. You're limitless. There's nothing you can't accomplish. Digital Explorers is, well, it's not really. They can see it. We can't. Digital Explorers is my free videos on how you can create planet-conscious businesses and not only help the planet, but have a healthy life doing something you love, giving you passion, purpose, positive impact, and making money. Oh yeah, you like that part. So if you want to create a planet-conscious business and do something really amazing, get out of whatever you're doing that's just driving you crazy, that's programming, yeah? You can click here. And I'll see you in the next video, and maybe Hacker T will come back. Let me know if you want to see Hacker T again, and we'll talk more about this that's really not a problem. I love you too. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. You ready? Namaste.